This video is for Adam22, no jumper. I hope you watch this video, and if you say that you love Adam22 or you care about him, if you see this video, make sure he watches it, because this video might help him either stay alive or keep him healthy. Now, Adam, I know you think that you're just a quote-unquote journalist. I know in your mind you think that, you're just some random square CNN, ABC, CBS reporter standing in front of, the Capitol building, interviewing and getting sound bites from, random lawmakers. But I'm here to let you know that you are not a regular journalist, and you are not dealing with and rubbing elbows with regular people. Now, what I'm going to say, let me make this crystal clear and abundantly clear. I am not a gang member. I am not a thug. I'm not a gangster, whatever you want to call it, right? I am none of that, and I am not speaking for the streets in any capacity whatsoever. I'm just talking to you, as a black man to a white culture vulture, right? So let me get that out the way, because I need to make this clear. This is not no threat. This is nothing like that. I'm just trying to give you advice to keep you alive and to keep you safe. The people that you are dealing with, right? When you do your interviews, I've seen some of your videos and all that stuff. And with this video, that emerged with American Cholo, the people that got upset behind this and the people that could have possibly went to war, they are not normal and regular people, okay? They are some riders, they are some gangsters, and they go by a different code. Now, again, I know you like to think that you are just a journalist and that's it, but you are not, no matter what you think. Now, I listened to that interview where you was at some poker tournament and you got on the FaceTime. Now, I'm in law, I can't even talk. So I'm in law school, right? So I know where you were trying to go with this argument, because you were trying to justify why it was okay to leave the video up. You kept using these legal buzzwords such as newsworthy and public figures and all that kind of stuff. All of those little legal buzzwords are in the universe of defamation and defenses to defamation, right? Because you can argue First Amendment defamation, say if somebody tries to come after you, and let's say if American Cholo tried to say, oh, well, you defamed me, yada, yada, whatever. You're using these legal terms, and also you're trying to wrap up, again, First Amendment defamation defenses. But here's the problem. You're not dealing with regular people, okay? They don't care about your right to be a journalist. They don't care about whether it's newsworthy. They don't care about that, because the bottom line is when you cross that line of respect and you go into that realm of disrespect, you're now leaving your jurisdiction of safety, and now you're entering into their jurisdiction, and you are going to be held accountable based on their jurisdiction's rules and codes. Now, I'm going to use myself as an example, right? As y'all know, y'all seen some of my videos, I work in a prison, okay? Now, if I get into it with an inmate, or if I have an exchange with an inmate, right, I can sit up and say, well, I'm a staff member. You can't put your hands on me because the law's on my side and it's not right to do this, that, or the other. But I know full well it's all about respect in there. And if I cross that line of respect, I'm entering to disrespect. And once I enter into that disrespectful realm, now I'm going to be going by their standards, and they're going to deal with me based on those standards. Now, again, I could try to be like you and make the argument, well, I'm just a journalist, and it's newsworthy. They're public figures. They should know better. They don't care about that, just like an inmate wouldn't care. So if I cross that line with the inmate, I can't say, oh, well, I'm just I'm a CO or I'm a staff member. You can't tell. They don't care about those rules. Why? Because I've crossed into their jurisdiction. Is it right or is it wrong? That's not for me to decide. I'm just telling you what a TI is. And you, sir, you need to understand that you are not a normal quote unquote journalist, okay? You are dealing with people that go by a different set of rules, okay? Now, I don't know where you live. I don't care to know where you live, right? But one thing I can say is if you get too far beyond that disrespect line, people they can reach out and touch you. Just saying for me, working in my environment, I know I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying? If I cross a line too much, they can reach out and touch me. You know what I'm saying? So you have to keep that in mind. And I particularly want to talk to you because that video could have really started a race war, and it could have caused a lot of bloodshed, and a lot of families could have been affected. A lot of people could have gone to jail. And you know what? It could have affected me as well and all the people I work with. Because as some people know, things that happen on the streets, it could trickle its way into the prison and the jails. And things that happen in the jails and the prisons, it can sometimes trickle down to the streets. It can be a two-way street at times. So your actions or omissions or failure to act with taking that information down, that could have caused some serious harm. As I said in the other video, I've been in the mix when there's a race riot going on, and it is not fun. It is not cool. There was nothing glamorous about it. It is dangerous. It is deadly. It looks like a war zone. Like I said, I can't go into details about it for obvious reasons, but your actions can not only affect the people that was sitting at that table that was able to hash it out like men, but it can also affect law enforcement, on the streets. It can affect staff members, and also it can affect the inmates, in the jails and the prisons. It could have been a big thing. You just don't know. So if you don't take anything else from this video, you need to understand, I don't care what you may think in your mind. Again, you might think that you can do certain things because you're a journalist and the law is on my side. You can think all that stuff you want, but the dudes that you're doing work with and you're rubbing elbows with, they don't care about what the law says. They don't care. So when you cross that realm of respect and you go into disrespect, you are voluntarily leaving your bubble of safety and you are now entering into their jurisdiction, and they are going to treat you according to the rules of their jurisdiction. So please stop with all these games, all these culture vulture things that you try to do. I know what time it is with you, and I wish people would stop messing with you. And I wish they would start supporting their own black and brown content creators, because I know a lot of people, black and brown, that are super dope with good, creativity. They have all kind of great podcasts, but they just never get that big break. So I wish that people would stop messing with you, but that's another subject. But as far as you staying alive and staying healthy, you have to understand the clientele that you're dealing with, they're not normal people. And again, you are not some random square journalist that's interviewing random lawmakers and local politicians and all that stuff, right? That's not you. You are, I guess you could say, maybe a gangster journalist, if you will. I don't know what you want to call it, but you are dealing with some writers and some gangsters that go by a different code. And your actions or failure to act can cause a lot of people to get hurt. It could cause me to get hurt behind the walls. Because if something goes down, let's just say if the video didn't come down and then all of a sudden the streets blow up, God forbid. And then what if it did trickle into the jails and the prisons? What if that happened? Now you got staff members that got to respond. Guess what? Those staff members have family and loved ones on the street, right? We want to go home and be safe. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to get involved in things that don't have to be, especially for something as stupid as what you're trying to do. So let me just wrap this up. Now, I hope you can understand what I'm saying, but all the people that, know Adam close and you support him and you say you love him, if he watches this video with you and he still don't understand what I'm telling him, I'm going to give you this task. Your task is going to be to explain to him how he has a powerful platform and how he can cause turmoil in the streets and how he can cause war on the streets. Okay? And he has to be mindful of that. So if he don't understand this video, you explain it to him. And again, I do not speak for the streets. I'm not a gang member. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a civilian. I'm just a spectator that's kind of in that culture that kind of understands how things go. Okay? So please take heed to what I'm saying and listen to what I'm saying. Okay? You want to stay alive. You want to stay healthy. And again, this is not a threat. I am just giving words of wisdom to you, so that way, you can be cool and you can be around for your family. So do not construe this or misconstrue this for some type of threat, because that's not that type of party. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a square. I'm a civilian, whatever you want to call it, right? But I'm not about that life. But I know those people that you interview and that you deal with, they about that life, and they can reach out and touch you. And that stuff can spill over into my environment where I work, and that can affect me and a bunch of other people up in there. So please use your platform wisely.
I can't forget, shout out to this clown who is a content creator thief. Y'all be on the lookout for this dude. He'll steal your material and act like it's his.